Chris.
This looks like weed killing.
Kom så. Ja. Der.
I'm not a superstitious guy, but I'll be taking this for luck.
Jeg synes, jeg min farve til min pistol. Jeg synes selv, den er grim.
What is this shit?
Den er lidt fin nok. Men...
They are coming. We have already corrupted this world with their twisted malfeasance. You are chosen. You are marked. You are cursed.
Hvem fanden har talt dæmonerne?
We must remain vigilant. The keepers will try to thwart us at every turn. This is a room of secrets.
Det kan også gerne have nu.
Do you know what I mean?
Money.
Here we go.
Sorry. Sorry, I told it kill.
Final round. Let's go for the knockout.
Ligesom den her. Man kan ikke få en bedre kombi.
Look a gift horse
efter en bedre... Sikke en idiot.
The worm must be taken to the sacred place. Only then will you have the means to repel the unearthly horde. 4 must be collected. Only then can we prevent the destruction.
Wow, det var tæt på. Det var nærmest uhyggeligt. Så tæt på var det. Hvorfor er ikke nogen til sådan noget? Nice.
Looks like we caught a lucky break.
You have blood in your hand. It cannot be cleansed.
What?
Your sins have allowed others to tear their way into you.
I only need to know one thing. How do I beat him?
Only with the sacrifice will save their appetite.
Something inside here.
Double points!
Touch me again. I'll kill you slow.
Nej. Noget af det mest irriterende det her. Vent, prøv lige. Der var desværre ikke den noget chester.
Only by invoking the beast can you find the items you need. You must explore the unexplored.
As if there weren't enough already. Sure feels like another bad omen.
Hej.
Okay.
Mor er igennem, så vidt jeg husker. Eller er hun?
Okay, so you got the first hit.
Hvad mener du? Okay. Jeg er på første træer. Vil du være med til at sende live på YouTube? Ja, live-streamer. Jeg har bare ikke nogen, der ser med. Men live-streamer skam. Det er rigtig fedt, at jeg hen til at sige, at jeg kun live-streamer.
Please don't go off. Not here, not here.
Come now. Det har du fundet live-streamer til overskud.
I'd like to know what I'm paying for. I'm putting down anyone who gets in my way.
Hey, back it up there. Okay, I got you.
Nej. For helvede, Mathias. Den er så grim. Hvor er det her til folken derfra?
Det var nemlig snart, altså var jeg så fordi i decembers far arbejdede på en skole.
Ja, men det skal jeg spille på.
Men så har jeg en til Leo, hvis jeg ikke
Ja. Ja, du har en til Leo. Som han kan. Nej. Okay. Mathias.
What do we have here?
Hvad?
De starter de der hule, de starter med til sådan noget.
Måske mamma?
Det er sådan noget det.
Det kan du umuligt være.
Skal jeg prøve?
Ja, ja.
Hvis det er mor, så kan jeg vise dig det, fordi...
Ja.
Okay.
Nej.
Men nu se, Mads, at det er den klokken. Jeg skal lige få det ud her.
Ja, okay. Det er faktisk Nå, den kommer nok ikke til at overgå min, Mathias. Den kommer nok ikke til at overgå min. Hun har fået en forsinket morsdag, skriver mig en blomst. Pologenia. Den, så skal man bare plukke det øverste. Så skal man bare plukke den af, når den er vissen.
Jamen Mads,
Og så vokser den lige ud.
du kan bruge til noget, der er mad. Så var der ikke mad eller hår ned i maden.
Ja, okay. Og i det tilfælde, hvor du har fået den fra, der er noget i risen.
Man må også bare så det ikke sviner op på ens hoved. Og Mads, vi fik lov til at røre tarmen. Og ja, hjertet og hjernen.
Det er sgu mega klart.
Ved du godt en hjerne, ikke? Den er på størrelse med det her.
Det er sgu mega klart.
Jamen, den er sådan her. Og ved du godt, at man ser at danskere, de har, eller mennesker, ikke danskere, men mennesker, de har på en måde 2 hjerner, de har en stor og en lille hjerne.
Ja.
Og de er glade for, at de kun har sådan en lille hjerne, fordi så er de ikke så kloge. Jamen, så vidste de jo, at de ville dø snart, og så ville de jo pyve af helvedes til.
Nej, det er ikke.
Jo. De ville jo være bange.
De ville jo ikke vide det, fordi at, som om de har set det ske. What?
As much as I can
I'm
take.
gonna look for inside.
Up close.
Yeah.
Kinda need some ammo.
Man, segundo. Det farligt.
We cannot blame this creature for its own foul nature.
Men hey Mathias, vil du godt lige lave en fusion til mig? Jeg ved, hvor men du ved heller ikke, hvor irriteret over at jeg skal købe Overwatch, før jeg kommer til at kunne spille det igen. Du ved heller ikke, hvor irriterende det er, vel? Det er den siger, at den ikke kan finde ud af at connecte til en eller anden server.
Ammunition appearing out of thin air. Oh, I must harness this power.
Det er irriterende Thai-pad fra Thailand. Stod du den? Det er lige meget.
Maybe the magic man's pulling some action. I'm still on my feet. Think you got a shot? Think again.
Så rationelt til det. Men når dør, så vil jeg bare sige tak for den her gang. En gang. Altså når vi har tabt eller vundet, så siger jeg bare tak for den her gang. Jeg må endelig skrive hvis med kommentarfeltet, hvis I gerne vil se mere af det her. Og det har været på en livestream. Det er livestream det hele. Og det kommer jeg til at gøre fremover.
I always get up.
Det er den måde, jeg kan finde ud af at lægge det her op på at finde ud af.
The Ruby Rabbit. Each of you knows this place.
Jeg vil have et våben. Mener ikke, der kan blive udført et ritual i den her bygning. Der fucking er nogen af jer, der sætter et ritual i gang. Så der ikke er noget end at sige en... Vi skal lige musik. What? Again? At han kunne imod den her. Please overlev bare runde 9. Nej. Men det var alt for denne gang. Hej hej. Hvis jeg lige kan finde ud af at slutte. Episoden er ret så kort. Men 2 sek, bros, jeg skal lige have noget at spise. Jeg skal lige have noget i æderdolken, sådan så. Imens kan jeg lige se, hvad jeg så kan gøre. Så kan jeg lige gå hen til lobbyen. Hvad får jeg? Og den der. Hvis det skulle være i tvivl. Jeg tror det gør. Jeg tror det er instant kæde. Og det er så meget lækkert jo, hvis det er det, som jeg tror det var. Men er det ikke? Jo. Kan lige se med her.
Yeah, trying to get the spot, doesn't get anyone, so Flair's going to be wisely going down an A. If he can get his bomb down, there's a real chance that he can at least take out the round here.
Jeg tager lige en spisepause. Hej.
Here comes Fighter and Buzzo. Buzzo sitting at 5-1. He does have an HCXD. He could deploy that now and almost safely guarantee that push. Oh, and looks at the tax. Here it comes. There's the push. Can he survive this one? Not a chance. Fighter is going to pull down Flair. Heatwave now also ready for him. And he's going to have an HCXD by the end of this arm as well. That's the 5th round, ladies and gentlemen, falling into the hands of Mind Freaks. Again, it is an impossible ask at this stage for Apotheon to pull anything back. Incredibly difficult for them to do anything 3v4, particularly in an S&D game. You know, that sounds like well, people win 3v4 games all the time, but not off the break, Josh. It really matters here, and as you can see, Mind Freak pulling absolutely no punches, no mercy for their crippled opponents. Apotheon 0-5 at this stage. Match point, Mind Freak.
Dismal finally in the 5th round. He was going to get his first kill on the board. Unfortunately, no W. Dans, he hasn't needed to pick up many kills. Not that there's many to go around. Fighter's going to have that HCXD and that Heatwave. Dismal's going to be right here. Look, at least Dismal's setting the trap, getting creative. Going to pick up that kill. There is going to be a player right behind him, but you can see there he's going to be dropped. Flares is going to be all alone after Carry just got downed by Buzzo's HCXD as well. Now, let's have a look and see what they can do here. Shocks and Dens. Oh, I think they tagged him as well with that. Yep. No, maybe not. Dens did look in the corner, but didn't spot him. Oh, now we're going to see the camo. It's going to be Mind Freak. Cleaned it up at the end. 6-0. Nothing to get really hyped about there, that's for sure. Well, it's just... I mean, I'm sorry, it is what it is. Nothing... I'm just not reading into that. 4v3. It's unfortunate for Apotheon, that's what I'll say.
That was very much Apotheon's chance to get a series win on the board, or at least a game within the series win on the board here, and sadly 6-0 Mind Freak.
Mind Freak.
To be an Apotheon fan right now, it is not what you want to see. 6 over, of course, they were playing with a man down. Spades, AWOL in that game, not managing to make it back into that one.
Of
course,
hvis du fjerner Mike, så står Mine. Så står der Freak! Fucking fedt!
Because uplink through V4 against the likes of Mindfreak is not going to be very pretty.
Så den controller har jeg også.
2-6.
I think so. Mindfreak have they've dominated previously in most of their uplinks. I mean, I've said for a long time, especially throughout stage 1, they were the uplink squad. It's only recently that other teams have been really stepping up to the plate. But I've seen them get, I think it was 28-2 or 30 and something in the in stage 1. And I think the only team that beat them in that score was Chiefs during their relegation match. But yeah, it was insanity, their uplink gameplay, and I think here, unless Space can come back, it's going to be, well, it's impossible. I think I'm going to say it's impossible.
It's going to be impossible. Big ask.
Yeah, I'll eat your hat if the Poppy can win 3v4.
I don't have any hats. I've got too much hair for hats.
I think you already ate one last week, wasn't it?
You
threatened to eat a hat, for sure.
I threatened, yeah, at least a hat or possibly a suit jacket. Maybe. The suit jacket, I mean, I need to sort of starve myself for a day or two before tucking into a good suit jacket. I mean, that's a lot of calories there.
In a suit jacket?
Yeah, totally, man. Especially like one of those winter ones that's fully lined. If you get a summer jacket that only has lining at the very top and the back's all open, that's not so bad. It's like a salad. Three-piece suit. That'll put you in the hospital.
The stuff we say, I'm telling you what. We're going to be getting set up for this uplink in just a second. Mindfreak versus Pothian. Mindfreak are looking good, to be honest, to snatch this second place in the standings. I'm not going to lie. Pothian, even if they get Spades back, they're just... I know what it's like. We're competitive players. We have been in the past. You just get so angry and agitated, you know. It's so hard to shrug off what is just, it's some BS, man. You lose a player, they can't join back in. It's really difficult to handle as a team.
Straight BS is very hard to shrug off.
It is.
Sort of gameplay mistakes that you're almost the cause of, or your teammates the cause of, you can kind of shrug those ones off. You're like, guys, let's just get on with it. We're all professionals, let's deal with it. But however, I mean, this could be a connectivity issue. Whatever is happening IRL right now is obviously causing a lot of problems. And if I were an Apotheon team member right now, it'd be very hard for me to get my head focused back in this game. But alas, I'm sure they can prove us wrong and put up a good showing here in this uplink game.
They potentially can. I've got a question for you. Do you know how to play uplink?
Could do with a refresher.
I could definitely do with a refresher as well. Thanks to Activision and PlayStation, we've been able to get together a few videos just for the newcomers to the esport and to the competitive scene as a little bit of a reminder of how to play these games. Uplink especially, it's only new. It came in last year with Advanced Warfare and of course Black Ops 3 continuing that tradition. The newest of the game types here for competitive Call of Duty. It's a lot of fun as well. I know there are a lot of big fans of it out there too. So to give us a little bit of a refresher, I'm going to chuck it to the Uplink 101 video.
Uplink is a favorite mode within the esports community because of its fast-paced, aggressive nature. This mode features two teams clashing in an attempt to score a satellite drone into an enemy's floating uplink station. The drone will be spawned in a neutral point between players' locations. Players must then get to the spawn location to fight over control of the drone. Every drone thrown through the uplink station scores 1 point. However, 2 points are awarded if the drone is carried through the goal. Uplink forces players to push into enemy territories and to hold their position. The player with the drone loses their equipped weapon, but gains an additional protective armor, assisting them while their guard is down. After 2 rounds, alternating between map sides, the team with the most points wins the match. Uplink brings on a whole new aggressive gameplay that requires players to solidify their teamwork and conquer map control.
There you have it, Uplink 101, a little bit of a refresher for you guys out there if you're just new to the scene. If you are new, welcome. I'm Maniac, joined by Wrath. This is the ANZ Pro Division. Probably the region that gets snuffed at the most, but you can say that there's a lot of excitement happening this week. We've had some crazy matches. We started off with a couple of 3-0s. It was very impressive indeed. Orbit demolished Tainted Minds in that first matchup.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, when I say demolished, I must say that actually, I totally just take that back. I lied. It was a 50-point hard point, 6-4 S&D, and then a 10-9. You can't get much closer to that uplink, so I'll take that back. But let's say serious score was demolished, 3-0. Then Excellence versus Envy. Envy, the 5-point hard point, 6-4 S&D, the 7-3 uplink. And then, of course, we had the 5-point hard point, and then followed up with a 6-point hard point. This is, I'm telling you, man, this is deja vu of week 1. We're just missing the 4-point hardpoint. We didn't have the 4-point hardpoint. I think that's where Tainted Minds and Orbit were destined to be, but Orbit just too strong, man.
It's just too strong. I mean, of course, it's like a mirror image almost of the very first week, and we have come full circle right now. But the only thing that's very, very different is the state of play for these teams. I mean, no one looks like they did in the very first week. Absolutely no one, bar possibly Envy and Excellence, because that was also a 3-0 sweep, you know, 3-0 sweeps across the board for both those teams. But otherwise, everyone's scores have been totally different. Chiefs versus Muni, they actually swapped positions. Chiefs won 3-1 in their first engagement at the beginning of the stage, and now we had a Muni walk over that 3-1 victory, which was so good to watch.
It was.
You should use both of your eyes. 3-0 Tainted Minds. Actually, that was a 3-1 the first time they met. So Tainted Minds were actually looking a little different at that stage. But a little birdie has tweeted us and told us that possibly some intel is on the horizon. So if you've got a detective brain on you, maybe you should get out there and start hashtagging intel. Maybe search for that one, find out what's going on. Let us know, because we're here in a very large dark room.
It's rumors, man. It's rumors. But what I have heard is that stocks in Tainted Minds are about to rise exponentially. But we'll have to see. I think the team are about to go into beast mode. Hashtag intel. That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. But we'll find out, guys. We are getting this one underway very, very shortly. Let's have a look at the series overview. We'll talk about what may be ahead if Apotheon can do the impossible. You know, if they can they do it?
The Apotheonable, of course they can. 250 to 138 was that Fringe hardpoint. Mind Freak absolutely dominating. But interesting enough, both teams keeping the slaying very, very closely contested between one another. It was basically just down to where those kills were happening, which was obviously very, very important. As you can see by the score, of course, 6-0 on the Search and Destroy. There were some technical difficulties there. So Apotheon weren't exactly fighting fit. They were down a man. Spades was unable to make it into the game after lagging out at the beginning, we believe, or so we are led to be told. And of course 6-0 would be that result. Up next is going to be Breach Uplink, and unless Spades can find himself, it is going to be a very, very particularly tough ask for Apotheon to do what they can against Mind Freak, who are an exceptionally strong uplink team, as we've been calling since stage 1, despite a loss or two.
I mean, despite a loss, where do you think they actually stand though? Do you think their uplink game's slipping, or is everyone just stepping up?
That's the toughest question, because I think you have to look at how the teams are playing. If the teams are playing in a very similar manner to Mind Freak, then it's safe to say that they're stepping up. But I feel like if a team is playing the kind of game they want to play, kind of scrappy, as we saw Orbit play against them, we saw Orbit play a really scrappy, very, very defensive-heavy uplink game. I feel like that's a totally different, that's a counter-style almost to the kind of, let's say, prim and proper setup-orientated gameplay that Mind Freak are so well known for in terms of their relays. Yeah, Orbit, it's a totally different team. So in some respects, yeah, I'd have to get into the laboratory and get my lab coat on and do some analysis. But I think ultimately at this stage, I think a few teams are catching up. Mind Freak may be having an off day or two, because it's so hard for me to see that lineup, see where they've come from, and see how they've played in the past, what they're like now, and say they're the same. I can't see that. It's not like the motivation's changed, has Josh? Like, no. They've got even more to play for now.
Definitely. Look, guys, we do apologise. There's still going to be a few issues getting these players in. We want to give Apotheon all the chances they can get. You know, we want to make this as fair as possible. No one wants to see us 3v4 again. We saw how that one went down. It went down a 6-0 to Mind Freak. It was pretty painful. Man. Brutal, you could definitely say, for Apotheon. So unfortunately, we're going to have to go to a quick break while we get these ones set up. Hey, hashtag Australian Internet, it is what it is. Hopefully we can get this one underway very, very shortly. Mind Freak versus Apotheon, potentially the last game, unless Apotheon can cause the upset. Miracles do happen. Prayers, make them for the guys at Apotheon. We'll be back very soon. Can't use it inside of tracks. So can he pick up the kills? He picks up Azzy. I think it's going to be huge, because Azzy, being the AR player, is going to be trying to lock down the lane for the immunity squad. Dean pushes in. Go on Utes right now. He's got 2. Make that, excuse me, sorry, I was looking at Rival. He's got 5 in a row here. Dean's actually going nuts. Can he go for more? That's 6 in a row. HCXD as well. Dean, can he lead the Chiefs for victory? The Chiefs have already come back from a massive deficit to now have the lead.
Now it's time. Cloud9, they pull out the sight. They know they need to score on this push, and they're going to do everything in their power to make it happen. 2 kills now for Happy. He's going to continue to try to follow this one up. Only 64 bullets remaining in this sight. Oh, man. Nice ledge boost out towards this broken side. He's got 1 player behind him, fully streaked out. He gets 4 kills, and he's going for more. He's continuing to stay alive. as two of his teammates did die, but go for the long-range one. Looks like that was lined up, and it will connect 5 to 3. Happy is still alive on a 9 streak. Make it 10. There it is. A double-digit kill streak for Happy. He's going for 11 as well. How have they not stopped this man?
Watch the change. They need to push him now. This is absolute do or die for that score. And you see it's going into the hands. I can't even see who's got control of it right now. It's all too much happening at once for me. It looks like Orbit have finally got hold of that one. Can they do what they can? Hold on to this one. Oh, nice big kill from blak. Gets the triple there. Absolutely exceptional stuff. Even kills a teammate for good measure. What a shooting from him. And as you see that score, he cannot let anyone from Tated Minds get in there.
You disgusting freak. What was that? He picked up a huge 6-kill streak. 250 to 246.
Coming down trackside. That's Ricky trying to get forward here, and he just obliterates Fears there, flying through. He's going to have a free pull, but he doesn't really have anywhere to go. He needs a bit of help.
It's like, great, I have the flag. I have nowhere to bring the flag. Oh, he's going to win one.
Nice shot. Oh, and he has camo. And he has camo, and he finds one back alley. He needs to get that one as well. Incredible stuff. Ricky with the individual scores. Give me a third.
Oh, my.
He's getting close to streaks. There's one player behind him trying to dip in, dip out. He engaged and he showed his back for a second. I thought he was dead for sure. But there it is. That should be a cap for Ricky.
Yeah. No,
one on the board.
Ooh, that could have been working, but no, Vortex battles back to 2 over zone.
3, 4! Oh my god, we're going to be treated to an absolute beauty here. Oh my, 1, 2,
on
3, and see you later, punch to the face.
Vortex is blowing our mind with one of the biggest plays we have seen.
I just want to see how my team and me stack up against the best in the world, not just Australia. Just because they're the best, and who wouldn't want to play the best?
New champions come from thinking that they can do it. I mean, like, you think of Optic Gaming in America now, like, before them being the #1 team, there was a team before them, there was a team before them, and, like, it's always going to have a cycle. I mean, Mindfigure dominated the straight for so long now, but I'm kind of sick of seeing the same team win. Legit, it's just like MF, and then no one.
I'll be honest, not making playoffs made me really angry.
So what happened with us in Season 1 is after a big win against Mindfigure, Lane to qualify, coming into online, we weren't really messages because we were with a teammate, went through a roster change, run over about 3 weeks, and then from that our record kind of just got really hindered.
Yeah, we had a pretty bad online season, I'll be honest, but it's changed our team massively. Bringing in Maka, he's committed, he's a really good player, and if we had him sooner, I feel like we would be undefeated in the league.
The team before, when I wasn't in the team, they managed to beat Mindfreak, so I think with me, we can still beat Mindfreak and we can be at that #1 spot.
I think it's time someone stood up to him, played the same level they play at.
Mindfigure dominated the straight for so long now, but you know, MF are beatable, but I don't know why people see them as gods. They've got hands like me, they've got a brain like me, so why can't we beat them?
Everyone watching, everything's on the line, we can take it down this year.
Regardless of the money, I want to win more than anything. I'd rather win a championship than win $50,000. You should just be looking at, like, if you're not first, you're last, you know? Are we ready? Like, yeah, I think we are there. I'd be absolutely confident we can beat any of these teams, so we'll get the #1 spot, without a doubt.
Being Optic at ESWC, I felt was a breakthrough for myself from watching online and for the years and seeing these players, and then actually getting to meet them in real life and playing against them for the first time was just an awesome experience. And in fact, managing to beat them was even better. It was a highlight and one of the reasons why I'm here today. My family do follow me when I play, and they'll ask me after I've finished if I've done well.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are here at the desk, live from the SL studio in Sydney, Australia. And Maniac and Wrath bringing the action that we've had tonight. We're up to our final series of the night. Let's call a spade a spade. Speaking of spades, look, it's been a an anticlimactic finish to the night, isn't it?
It's a tragedy, man. This was going to be a great series, but sadly some technical difficulties they've put a bit of a road bump. A bit of a lump in the throats of the series, and basically, yeah, Pothian are a man down, and they had to play the last game 1 man down, so we saw them go down 6-0 in a really bad way in an S&D on Stronghold. But Hey man, these things happen.
Indeed they do. Look, we'll have another look at the series overview just as a refresher for you guys to see where we're sitting, because, I mean, that hard point was pretty one-sided, as we know. The 250 to 138, it went to Mind Freak. You know, Apotheon, they fought well. That first hard point was... You know, I don't think Mind Freak got a single point off it, but we've talked time and time again, the way Mind Freak work, they don't give a damn about that first hard point, of course, and you can see that final scoreboard. There was a lot of work from that first hard point where they get no points to completely dominating at the end.
Absolutely dominating there. Stronghold, Search and Destroy, of course, as we said, 6-0, very convincing, mostly because Apotheon were actually a man down. Again, unfortunately, Spades is currently having some major internet issues, so he wasn't actually able to make it into the game. He lagged out in the very first round, and because of that, we actually have to continue playing. This is what the rules say, and the rules is the rules, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, going into the Breach uplink, the last thing in the world you want as an Apotheon fan is to be playing 3v4 against some of the best uplink players in the region.
No, you're not wrong. That would definitely be a hard feat to achieve, that's for sure. And, you know, all eyes are on Spades right now, to be totally honest with you. He lagged out of that previous one, but the thing about Spades, he was actually our highlighted player, and for good reason, Miles. You guys can go back and check out the VODs on youtube.com/Call of Duty. Also, you can, of course, see the rebroadcast at twitch.tv/Call of Duty, where most of you are probably seeing it right now. Spades tore up last night, and that's why we were looking at this guy to really step up in his role. We've talked about it a lot of the times, and Spades is really not unique per se, because you see a few players doing it now, but the anchor role traditionally really hasn't been your main slayer. That's usually your aggressive subby, or in this Apotheon lineup, it's usually carry, which he is, but Spades is usually up there right next to him, point for point, when it comes to those, you know, the hard point, the uplink kills.
Yep, absolutely. You know what? It's interesting you're saying about going point for point in those hard point and uplink kills. We saw Spades get a bucket load of kills in the opening game, the opening hard point against Mind Freaks, which Mind Freaks won 250 to 138. So the score told us a totally different story, but Spades put up a great individual performance, only amassing about 38 seconds of time approximately. But regardless of that, you know, putting up a huge ratio, and sadly he wasn't present in the S&D, of course, but dude, I've got no doubt that he'd have put up a fine showing had he been there.
No, I think he would have as well. You know, we can just wish and visualize, use our great imaginations that we have that hopefully hasn't been crushed by the dark dank. Well, no, I'm joking. I think we hopefully seeing him step up in this one. Now, we did mention that he's the anchor for the squad. He's always rocking that M8. You know, pressure on Spades, sure, we're waiting on him to get this game underway. But I think, you know, when we're talking about anchors and we're talking about ARs, you can't look past Buzzo, right? Because he's been the guy that we've put a lot of focus on him. Shox was our highlighted player for the Mind Freak squad, but Buzzo, he's been absolutely tearing up as well. From that video that we checked out a little bit later, Mind Freak, they have huge aspirations. They talk a huge game, and, you know, a lot of the time they delivered. Something to touch on about Buzzo is how confident he was going into Crown. Now, the Crown Invitational, for those of you who missed it, I mean, you missed a hell of an event. I mean, a lot of you were there live. I hope you were there. Big shout-outs to all of you that did come along. It was great stuff. But Mind Freak were talking a big game about facing Optic. Now, of course, as we know it went down, they needed to face Millennium before they even got their chance. And Millennium got the very swift 4-0 over them. And besides, you know, the first... their hard point, it really wasn't close after that. I don't really feel, especially that CTF at the end in that best of 7 series.
What was the final score? It was big.
It was, the CTF?
Yeah.
I think it was like, they got into double digits, I'm pretty sure.
Ouch. That's a tough one. Sure. That's a tough one, especially for a CTF game. Those aren't terribly long games, and, you know, well, hats off to Millennium. It's funny, so some of those players from Millennium, I actually was going to tournaments with in the UK way back in the day when they were playing, like, COD 4.
Yeah.
And we were, like, you know, we were playing other titles, and I would enter into the COD 4 tournament, like, oh, man, these guys aren't all that. Where are they going to go? Look at them now, COD superstars.
I feel so awkward talking about COD 4 because obviously everyone's seen the announcements by now. Thanks to Infinity Ward and Activision, we're going to be seeing a COD 4 remaster coming out, which is going to be sweet, I'm sure.
I'm excited.
I'm kind of bluffing there. Do you know why? This is where I was getting to. I never played COD 4.
What?
I never played COD 4.
What?
My history, a lot of Aussies out there would especially know that I've never had the pleasure of playing COD 4.
You never played COD 4?
I'm a convert. I'm glad I'm a convert.
Dude, I
never played it.
I played the COD 4 beta to death.
Yeah?
Yeah, to death. Like, I had every gun was gold at the time, and like, yeah, I was on that thing like all day, every day.
I really picked it up around like Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2. Like,
dude,
but
that seems like that was like the golden age of
exactly.
Like,
and I only
the
took
boom,
up,
the COD boom, man.
Yeah, I took up podcasting in Ghost, you know, and everyone at the time was telling me that Joe Ghost, nah, you should, you know, Black Ops 2 where it's at. I did cast the ANZ regional final for Black Ops 2, which was a lot of fun. My worst cast ever, by the way. I apologise for anyone who had to witness that. But, I mean, yeah, it grew exponentially from there. Joined in with Ghosts, and it was obviously, it grew on me from there. As these following games came out, AW and Black Ops 3. That's why I think I've adapted so well to the movement system, which I really enjoy.
Den der del kan jeg jo altid bare springe over. Men hvis I har nogle forslag nede til hvad jeg kunne spille online, eller bare hvad jeg kunne spille, men ikke kunne tænke at se, så skal jeg nok prøve at se ad. Det skal jeg til Ps4 for resten. Så må I gerne skrive det nede i kommentarfeltet. Ja, hvor mange var det nu, jeg havde egentlig? Jeg forstår ikke mange.
Safeguard.
Prophet ready to move out. Got your back, Prophet. Throwing KIA.
Escort the robot to the enemy base. Robot systems are online. Robot is closing on target. And that's how we do it. Get ready for the next round. Halftime. Prevent the delivery of that robot. Friendly counter UAV inbound. Enemy robot systems are online. UAV inbound. Friendly care package incoming. Rolling Thunder deployed. Friendly hardened sentry deployed. Hostile robot shut down. Robot is online. Disable it. Their robot has been disabled. Enemy robot systems are online.
Sniper!
Enemy robot closing range. The hostile robot has been disabled.
Frag!
The hostile robot is on the move. We lost the battle, but the war goes on. Bring your A game. Mission time extended. Escort the robot to the enemy base. UAV inbound. Our robot has been rebooted. Care package inbound. Friendly raid in your AO. Be advised, hostile UAV incoming. Hostile forces have disabled our robot. Robot status is nominal. Our robot has been disabled. Our robot has been rebooted. Hostile forces have disabled our robot. Sequence complete. Robot systems are online. They disabled our robot. Our robot has been rebooted. Hostile forces have disabled our robot. Robot systems are online.
Hostile RPG! Grenade!
Robot is approaching their base. Our robot has been disabled.
Mobile infantry.
Robot status is nominal. Smoke. Hostile forces have disabled our robot. Nice work, Black Ops. Get ready for the next round.
KIA.
Showdown.
Extended mission time. Prevent the hostile robot from reaching our base. Enemy robot systems are online. Friendly Talon in your AO.